When I was 19, I could feel that my personal relationship with Christ was nudging me into deeper levels, and that I began to feel as though it was important for me to share my faith with others and to witness. And so I was starting to do some of that, and it was about that time as I was considering God's purposes in my life. I was graduating and had graduated high school, and I found myself in Panama City, Florida, and I was at a crusade. Now, I wasn't in Panama City to be at a crusade. I was down there just, with some friends, to be honest. But one of them wanted to go to a crusade, and he talked me into it. And I went to the crusade, and while I was there, I had really an encounter with the Spirit of God at that crusade, and I felt almost palpably, the presence of Christ, and realized that through a small, still voice that He was calling me to trust Him with my life and to be used for purposes that were His. And that's how I understood that. And so that night I committed my life to giving Him everything I had, my time, my future, to doing His work with His people. And so I went home and I told my pastor what had happened to me, and he told me he felt it was calling to ministry. It really changed my life in so many ways. I wasn't particularly a great student, and after that I really became a really good student in college, and then I graduated at the University of Alabama at that time, was married, and went on to seminary at Asbury in Kentucky. So that's kind of how all that's happened in my life. And I was probably too young. We are making offerings that are generationally relevant. Some of them are stylistically relevant. Some of them are time relevant. And so our services really are of a variety of nature because we're trying to reach the community. We're trying to speak to the lives of those that are among us in ways that are relevant to them. And so if music by instruments, and acoustic guitars and drums, and that style is what really resonates with you, we want to make an offering then of worship that uses that to help those who come to that service make an offering of worship and to glorify God in that way. The traditional service here in the sanctuary at Green Street has a different feel to it. It is embracing the otherness of God. It's embracing the holiness of God, the beauty of God and His holiness. And so when you come into the sanctuary, you have that feeling of this is a holy place, and this is a place of prayer. For me, I love both. I'm not just saying that, I enjoy both. And it allows me to worship in two different ways on a Sunday morning that is really meaningful to me for different reasons. And so I love that. I love that we offer that. And this is just such a beautiful, beautiful place. And who couldn't worship in here? Preaching in itself is a little nerve-wracking. I've been doing this for 33 years, and confession, I still wake up early on Sunday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and have some anxiety, about what I'm doing that day. And that, I think, you never get over. I hope I never get over that, seeing the seriousness of it. But the joy of it is just seeing people's lives changed. And to know that maybe God's using me. It's the people, it's the friends you make, it's the relationships that you have, it's the joys of being able to be with people and being in their lives in a special way. I don't know how many babies I've seen born, or how many or been there after they were born to rejoice with couples, or how many times I've been, at an altar, to be a part of a baptism, or to be in somebody's life, and as they take their journey home. And what a privilege, that is. And, I had an opportunity to do so much of that. If I can get up every day and encourage somebody, if I can get up every day and maybe help them through a time in their life, or just have laughs with them, enjoy family with them, doing life with them, to help them in their walk with Christ, of course, doing life on life with them. When I lay my head down at night, it's been a good day. And I love that, and I love all the relationships, what spoke to my life personally at the deepest intimate levels. There's a verse in John's Gospel, in chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, but as many as received him, gave he the power to become the children of God, to those that believe in him. And so that is a verse that changed my life, to when I received Christ into my life, and to know that anytime that anybody asks me about, who are you, and how I identify myself and how I understand myself, I read that verse and I know who I am. I'm a child of the living God. That rhythm of having a place of worship and a fellowship is just so important too. So whether it's with us or whether it's with a biblically based congregation somewhere else, that's what's most important, to me as a pastor. And then what I would say about us at Alex City, of course we would love for people to come and be with us. And if you're here long enough and you take the time to get to know people here, then you realize what a beautiful place this is to be. And if you're looking to have fellowship and to worship, we have wonderful, both of those things are going on here. If you get beyond that, and you're looking for a place to make friends, you're looking for a place to be loved, you're looking for a place to belong, you're looking for a place for your children to learn how to follow Christ, to be raised in the fear and the admonition of the Lord with the help of the church. Oh gosh, our children's department, Jacob's Ladder's here, our student ministries are wonderful. We got an incredible staff, and hey, the pastors are okay too.